Hello, I'm ZANOTTI, and this is another Captivate quick tip from Relate. Today we're going to talk about how to get rid of that click next to continue in your voiceover narration. After a while, if you're like me, you hear click next to continue on every single page. It gets a little irritating, and frankly, it doesn't take that much to figure out that you do need to click next to continue, though there are people who do need the prompt. So what do? Do you give everybody a verbal prompt, or do you do something else? Well, I think you can do something else. I'm going to run this little Captivate piece here. Are you tired of hearing click next to continue? And you notice after the voiceover, what you see is a little arrow that comes out pointing at the next button. This is a much less obtrusive way of getting somebody to pay attention to the next button without having to constantly verbally remind them. And I think it's also better for the average user who just knows how to do this already. So if we click next, I am too. There is a better way. And again, after the voiceover, you notice the arrow comes back up and points to the next button. Well, that looks like an easy thing to do, and it is. Captivate provides a lot of little flash animations. I'm going to insert, and in this case, animation. Now I'm going to back up so you see where we get this. And here we go. If you go to your program files on your C drive or wherever you install them, there's a folder called Adobe, and under that there is Adobe Captivate. So in the Adobe Captivate folder, you will find Gallery. Now Gallery is full of all sorts of little goodies like buttons, arrows, captions, you name it. In this case, we are looking for Swift animations, so these are flash animations, and I want arrows. Now, what I used in this piece is the arrow in a blue circle. So I click on that, and you notice it gives me 4 iterations of it. When I click on the name, you'll notice a preview on the right. You can go left, you can go right, and you can go top. In this case, we chose down. So I'm going to click on that. It brings it up. I'll look at the options. We do want to keep the animation on for the rest of the slide. And how do we know when to appear? Well, we look at the timeline up here for how long the slide is. In this case, it looks like about 6 seconds. So we want this to appear at about, let's say, 5 seconds. And then we will change from fade in and out to fade in only. I'll press OK. So here's our second button. I can make this one really big. And I'm going to put this over here by this one. Now, if I run that, are you tired of hearing click next to continue? Now we have 2 buttons that come up, pointing where they're supposed to. Well, the second one isn't, but we'll delete that one. So you get the idea. You can insert a button and place it over the object that you're trying to get people to pay attention to. Now, if you wanted to have it over the previous or back button, you could do that as well. If you have an exit button, you can move it there. So it's very easy to bring in a button, and again, without having to repeat everything on every single slide that they have to click next to continue, it will actually make the learner more aware of when they need to move forward without having to pay attention to the verbal cue. Well, anyway, there you have it. Another way to get rid of that click next to continue in your voiceover narration. For Captivate Quick Tips, I am ZANOTTI with Relate Corporation. Thank you for watching and subscribing. We'll see you next time.